Good evening, everyone. We're thrilled that you're all here. We would love that if everyone could take a seat so we can start.
Shalom, Erev Tov, Masa al Khair. That was to get your attention. Good evening, Bruchim Habayim, Ahlan Wasalan. We are so thrilled, Julie and I are really thrilled to open our home to this amazing community of people tonight. And I'll say a word about what all of these people do. We're gathered here tonight to celebrate efforts that all of you are engaged in. Amazing efforts to promote tolerance, acceptance, respect among school-aged children and their parents, to prevent bullying and violence in schools, and to create a more welcoming environment for Israel's youth inside and outside the classroom. That is holy work, Avodat Kodesh. So thank you for what you do. Now, we're really especially honored and blessed tonight to have two musical legends with us. Legends is not a good enough word to describe you. Peter Yarrow and David Broza. Their music and their commitment to a better world, a more tolerant world, a world where everyone is treated with respect, continues to move audiences in the United States and in Israel and all over the world. Besides his legendary music career, Peter Yarrow, our dear friend, is a regular visitor to Israel. He is a co-founder of Operation Respect, a program dedicated to reducing bullying and violence. His work has inspired the Don't Laugh at Me program, which is today implemented in over 80 Jewish and Arab schools throughout Israel. It's an amazing program we're so proud to support. Peter is one of the great American icons, not just of music, but of all the milestones of our social progress as a country. And wherever our country has taken a step forward, Peter and Paul and Mary were there and are present at every part of that struggle for civil rights and justice. It is no exaggeration, he will not be surprised by this, but I want to make sure our Israeli colleagues know this. It is no exaggeration to say, I grew up on your music, literally, on the little record player. Julie grew up on your music. We all grew up on your music. And your amazing history is captured in an extraordinary book about Peter, Paul, and Mary, which people here tonight are going to get a chance to get, autographed by the great Peter Yarrow. It's jumped many generations. My kids, Liat, Meirav, and Shira, are also fans of your music, as are Julie's parents, my in-laws, John and Jane Fisher, who are also here tonight, and welcome to them. David Broza, what can we say about you, David? One of Israel's most successful recording artists, of course, a great humanitarian. Your most recent album, recorded in Jerusalem with Israeli and American and Palestinian artists, is a testament to your commitment every day to break down barriers and build bridges between people. We're grateful for your inspiring performance a few months ago at a concert the embassy sponsored in honor of Daniel Pearl, the American journalist murdered in Pakistan in 2002. And that concert was also focused on tolerance and building bridges through music. Just a few moments ago, Julie and I were reminiscing with David about having also grown up on his music, not quite from the same age as Peter's, but an amazing concert you gave in a crazy little lobby in Brandeis University in 1989, and we and a lot of our friends were among your big fans cheering you on. Thank you for being with us, too. It's not just these two music icons. I want to also thank the Voices for Peace musical director Idan Toledano, the voice instructor Shireen Danielle, and the choir members Einat, Maria, and Nauras for joining us. They'll sing a little bit later. This Voices for Peace choir is just an amazing institution. It has performed for presidents. It has performed for Pope Francis, performed for many other dignitaries, and we've had the pleasure of hosting Voices for Peace on other occasions. And we're especially honored to host them again tonight because these voices, these young voices, represent the very programs we're celebrating tonight. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank Dr. Daniela Friedman and the entire Ministry of Education, our partners, our colleagues, and without whose support we would not be able to implement these programs. You've shown vision and leadership in letting us sponsor programs in your schools. They could not be the success they are without your help and that of Elena Michelle, our Embassy's public diplomacy team, and our USAID colleagues. So thank you to all of them. Now, in 1964, at a critical time for the civil rights movement, Peter, Paul, and Mary's cover of Bob Dylan, an amazing Bob Dylan song, really stirred the conscience of America. The question they asked was, how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? We cannot be blind to injustice. In 1978, at an uncertain moment in peace talks between Israel and Egypt, David Broza and Yonatan Geffen reassured Israelis with the amazing song Yeh Tov, it will be okay. And I hope we'll hear it a little later. Maybe we'll even sing it. In order for us to have a brighter future, we need committed individuals and leaders like these to ensure that we mend and strengthen the social fabric of our societies. Now, everything I know about education, I learned from the educator in our family, and that's my wife, Julie. She is a great ambassador in her own right to many people in Israel, but especially to the school and education community, and especially those schools who are partners of the U.S. Embassy. She's a regular visitor and participant in these programs. And the most important thing I learned about from Julie about education is that in the classroom must be a place of respect, a place where children especially are treated with respect by teachers, by parents, by administrators, and of course by each other. Without respect, no child is going to be able to learn. There's of course the troubling reality that bullying and violence in schools occurs. It flies in the face of that ideal that childhood should be an age of innocence. And for many children who don't experience childhood is a kind of age of innocence and bliss. But the children who are victims of teasing or bullying or violence can experience even a seemingly normal day as a kind of nightmare. And that's why we need programs like the ones represented in this room to promote respect among school children, to protect the vulnerable, to stop and to educate their tormentors. Programs that create safe climates for learning and for learning how to become good citizens. That's the right thing to do, that's the decent thing to do, and it's an imperative that Israelis and Americans recognize. It's true in the United States, it's true in Israel, it's true in places where children of different backgrounds mingle, it's also true in places where children come from the same background and learn together. Anywhere a child needs to have a safe environment to learn. So this evening is an opportunity to pay tribute to some of the innovative initiatives that promote that tolerance and respect and acceptance by educators, by education officials, and civil society groups, many of whom are with us today. And we wanted to really celebrate these programs because they're really near and dear to Julie and my heart and to all of our embassy colleagues. And I hope that as we mingle later in the evening, people will get to know each other and learn more about this community. Everyone knows about the robust security cooperation between the United States and Israel, from Iron Dome to intelligence sharing, but not as many people know about the work we do together to promote a belief shared by both of our societies, a belief that all young people of all backgrounds everywhere have the right and to have the opportunity to grow and pursue their dreams, shielded from prejudice, from any threats, and from any violence. And so the U.S. government, through our embassy and our USAID mission, is very, very proud and pleased to partner with so many Israeli educators and community leaders on a wide range of these initiatives. Through grants and partnerships with local leaders and events and cultural exchange programs, we aim to have even closer collaboration between Israeli educators and their American counterparts. Now, at the very serious risk of leaving out some of our partners, our valued partners, I want to just mention briefly a few of the initiatives that we're celebrating tonight, just to give a taste. We partner with Rosh Pinah Mainstreaming Network in Akko, where we work with 32 kindergartens to impart social skills to young children and their teachers living in a mixed city and teaching them tools to get along in a diverse society. As mentioned earlier, the Don't Laugh at Me program, initiated by our dear guest Peter, has been instrumental in addressing anti-bullying and respect in elementary schools and ensuring that teachers and parents have the opportunity to further internalize those lessons and reinforce them at home. We enjoy a long-term partnership with the Center for Educational Technology through the Don't Laugh at Me project and through other teacher training programs for teachers of English and civics and providing opportunities for encounters between Jewish and Arab youths. A CMM grant, that's our Conflict Management and Mitigation Program, to Merchavim, help bring lessons of fairness to kindergartners and first graders and their teachers, and supported the production of several episodes of Rehov Sumsum that introduced that theme. The exchange program at the Arab Jewish Community Center in Jaffa for the last 3 years has brought Jewish and Arab third and fourth graders together, helping lay the bedrock for their shared society. We have a new grant to an organization called A New Way, supporting a similar series of encounters and dialogues between Jewish and Arab school children, their teachers, and occasionally their parents in the communities of Migdal HaEmek and Yafia. We are a leading supporter of bilingual education in Israel through a large multi-year CMM grant to the Hand in Hand Center for Arab and Jewish Education and the Hagar Association. We're very proud of other educational programs that use English as a tool to promote tolerance and understanding through the ORT, Amal, and Amit school networks that provide after-school English program to help enable Arab students, Jewish students, religious students, secular students meet each other, listen to one another, and explore areas of common interest. We're also working to promote tolerance and respect and helping students find means to negotiate conflicts and resolve problems between them in a program sponsored by the Program on Negotiations at Harvard University with hundreds of Jewish and Arab high school students across the country. This is just a small taste of the work that we are involved in. There are many worthy organizations we have not yet partnered with, and we hope to expand those efforts in the years ahead. Now, I've spent too much time talking because my voice was not the voice anybody came here to hear. So I want to open the proceedings for two wonderful sets of music that will really be the celebration of the programs I just described. After the first set, I'll invite Dr. Daniela Friedman, head of the Israeli Ministry of Education Civics and Shared Life Department, to speak for a bit. She is a great, important partner for the programs I've just described, and I have no doubt that everyone's going to have an enjoyable evening. But it is now my deep, deep honor, pleasure, joy to introduce Peter Yarrow and David Broza. Peter, David.
You will notice that there is an Israeli and an American here. And I'm going to wave my flag for a moment, or my country's flag. I just came on the 9th of March. I was at Selma, Montgomery, the 50th anniversary of a demonstration, march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge that changed America. And I had previously, with Paul and Mary, been at the March on Washington in 1963, but in 65, we were at the Selma Montgomery March. And when we arrived there, it was like a war zone. Harry Belafonte had called us. We were joined by Leonard Bernstein, by Dick Gregory, by Shelley Winters, by Tony Perkins, and by luminaries who had been called by Harry. And we sang the song I'm going to sing now, both the night before we arrived in Montgomery, in a little town called St. Jude. And these were the poorest Americans I'd ever seen. They literally were in rags. And I could sense the weariness of the decades and decades of not only second-class citizenship, but oppression that was part of the legacy of slavery that had not been eradicated as yet. And at that time, the dream that we would somehow emerge from this and have an African-American president was absurd. But we believed in it, and we stood for it. And out of that commitment for Peter, Paul, and Mary that catalyzed our lives emanated not just the work in the civil rights movement or in the peace movement or in the women's movement, but the work to create the kind of decency and humanity that our children need to grow up with. They need this. And one way to convey that to them, not intellectually, but in the heart, is through music. And the song that we sang when we were in Montgomery and when we were in Washington is an American song written by Pete Seeger. And I'm going to sing it now, but I'm going to tell you a little secret about it. It is an unusual song because it tells you two things: what the challenge is and how to address it. The challenge is to hammer out a warning, to ring out danger, and sing out a warning and danger. If we do not protect justice and freedom in our little children, just in the expression of how they treat one another, it will go away. And in the context of tonight, that is what we're talking about. Promoting a humane, loving, caring, ethical human being. And then it tells you how to do it. It says, the love between my brothers and my sisters. So that when that is imbued in their hearts, everything else emanates from that. Let us do that for these children. I'm proud to bring that little bit of Americana to the hallowed halls of the American Embassy in Tel Aviv in terms of the ambassadorial residence. And I dedicate this to that grand tradition that relates so much to tonight. Well, I still got a hammer, and I've still got a bell, and I've still got a song to sing all over this land. Still the hammer of justice, it's still the bell of freedom, it's still the song about love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. If I had a hammer in the morning, a hammer in the evening, all over this land. A hammer out danger, a hammer out a warning, a hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land, land. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land, all over this land. I'd ring it out danger, I'd ring it out warning, ring it out of warning, I'd ring it out of love between the brothers and the sisters, all over this land. Oh, if I had a song, I sing it in the morning, sing it in the evening, all over this land. I sing it out danger. I sing it out warning. I sing it out love between my brothers and my sisters. All over this land. Well, I got a hammer. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I got a bell. I'd hammer in the evening. And I have a song. I'd sing it all night. It's a hammer of justice. It's a hammer of bell of freedom. Love between the brothers and the sisters. Oh, this land. It's the hammer of justice. A hammer of justice. Bell of freedom. Love between my brothers and my sisters. All over this land. Hammer of justice. Still the bell of freedom. Song about love between my brothers and my sisters. All over this land.
So we're going to break away from these walls that you've just brought us into. I'm going to break away from these ceilings. I'm going to put us right under our big sky, okay? This is the sky that we all share. באנו לך מתחת השמיים שניים כמו זוג עיניים יש לנו זמן מתחת השמיים בינתיים אנו עוד כאן את ואני את ואני את ואני והמיטה רחבה לתת אהבה לילה ויום try to say that לילה בדיוק ככה, כן, 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 לילה ויום והחיוך מתנצל, שהוא מתנצל כן, באנו לכאן מתחת השמיים שניים כמו זוג עיניים יש לנו זמן מתחת השמיים בינתיים אנו עוד כאן שנינו אחד שנינו אחד שנינו אחד אחד שלם ועגול שלם וגדול בואי ניתן בואי ניתן בואי ניתן אני אתן לך לתת לי לתת לך כן באנו לך מתחת השמיים שניים כמו זוג עיניים יש לנו זמן מתחת השמיים בינתיים עמד כאן ולמרות הפער ולמרות הכאב ולמרות הצער אני ואוהב Now, Peter, this is your chance to sing in Hebrew. Do go like this. Na 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 na.
Na na na.
Na 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 na.
Na na na.
Now do it in Arabic, okay? Na na. And now in English. In every language. Come on. Just take over for me. Come on.
Na 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 na.
Yeah.
Na na na.
We do it with a hammer, we do it with a song, whichever way you do it, just keep it going, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Brosa. You know, David and I have we never perform together unless it's for something we believe in. I don't think we've ever hung out with an audience without having a sense of purpose. And
well, there was a purpose. Down in Texas, in Kerrville, he celebrated his 75th birthday.
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah, that's right, that's right.
Wasn't that some purpose?
That's right, right. But that was 20 years ago.
I know. Who counts?
That's right. But one of the songs, if you go to listen, what's unique about the Operation Respect Don't Laugh at Me program is that it uses music. When you're in a room like this and you're singing together, whether it's a bunch of kids in a school, and you're hearing each other's voices, something happens to your hearts, and you realize that you're resonating inside with other kids or other adults, and you're far less likely to turn to that other person and say, "Oh, I don't like you. I don't like the color of your skin. I don't associate with people of your religion." You're already together. Your hearts are open. The music produces a kind of joyous vulnerability and sometimes sorrow shared. But in that sorrow is also created hope and love. And it is transformed. So when I was in Newtown last year, I was asked to create a concert for the community there. And I called upon my fellow performers. But not a concert to raise money, but a concert to allow that community, in the midst of its agonized sorrow, to come together and turn that sorrow into love and a commitment to fulfill what was called the Sandy Hook Promise, which means they don't want to be remembered for the tragedy and the bloodshed. They say, let us be remembered as the place where the commitment to transform has taken place. And in that context, I sang the song which is the anthem of the Don't Laugh at Me program. Now, what's unusual about this is this song, when we go to another country, as we did, when we were asked, and it is the American embassy that asked us, financed it, and has taken it from 4 schools, and I thought it was 80 schools. I have found out today it's over 100. And it's become, Ambassador, if I can call you, Ambassador Dan, that's good. Right, okay, just Dan. It has become required curriculum for all incoming teachers. And when Julie, your wife, came to see it, I could see her own roots as an educator being moved and transformed. So let us sing this song. We're going to ask you to sing along after you've heard the chorus a few times. But when David sings it, Sometimes he'll sing it in Hebrew, and I'll sing it in English. But later you're going to hear another version with the Voices of Peace, where they sing it in English, Hebrew, and Arabic. And when they do that, it's not symbolic of peace, it's a moment of peace. Now we've got 2/3 of peace. Here we go. Yeah. Well. A little more level on my guitar. Can you bring up the level a little bit on my guitar? Okay, thanks. Bring up the level on my guitar a wee bit? Okay. Boy, oh boy, it's my fault here. But you know, they used to say close enough for folk music, but it's... but it's not close enough for the ambassadorial residence. You gotta lift it up. This is the one that's almost gone. Lift it up, lift it up. Find it, and lift it up. That's not it. Lift it up, so it's that level, okay? Find this one and lift it, not on the monitors, in the house. Just in the house. Oh, now you got it, okay. You know, I'm not a performer. I'm a sound guy. You understand this? I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call a geek. Little girl who never smiles, 'cause I've got braces on my teeth. And I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. I'm a kid on every playground.
אני הילד שקוראים לו כלום, הכל בגלל המשקפיים. אני פוחד חייך בגלל הגשם בשיניים, וככה אני נרדם כל לילה עם דמעות בעיניים.
Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I am the beggar on the corner. You passed me on the street, and I wouldn't be out here begging if I had enough to eat. And don't think I don't notice that our eyes never meet. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Well, I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm deaf.
חזה עשיר אביון, כל אחד רוצה שוויון. אל תלעגו
I'm Jewish, I'm Christian, I'm Muslim, I'm Buddhist, I'm Hindu. I practice the Native American faith. Born in Sarajevo, I was born in Kosovo. Born in Northern Ireland, born in Africa, I'm Hutu, I'm Tutsi, I'm gay, I'm lesbian. I am American Indian, I'm very, very young, I'm quite aged. Born in Iraq, Afghanistan, born in the Sudan, Mexico, Canada, the United States of America. I'm very, very wealthy. I'm very, very, very poor. Please smile at me. Please be my friend. Please accept me the way I am. None of us should be cast aside. Someday we'll all have perfect wings, but we're not perfect now. So don't laugh at me. Sing, don't laugh at me, don't call me names. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure
From my pain,
from my in God's eyes,
in God's eyes. We're all the same.
We're all the same.
Someday we'll
all
have perfect wings.
Perfect wings.
Don't laugh at me.
Once again now. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh and don't call me names. Here we go. Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names.
Don't call me names.
Don't get your pleasure.
Don't get your
pleasure from my pain.
From my pain.
In God's eyes.
In God's eyes.
We're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
So, you know, we met in a very, I can say, monumental day in Peter's life. It was 2009, I believe. And I got a phone call from Peter Yarrow. I'm thinking, okay, now he's found me. I don't know. I've heard about him so many years. I've been such a great admirer. And I was in New York City recording an album. And he literally summons me to a studio in Midtown in the Braille building. Somewhere. I knew about the building. I'd never been to any of the studios. And there I walk in to an old studio, beautiful place, monumental room. And there's Peter Yarrow. And he tells me about Operation Respect. And he says, I'd like to bring it over to Israel. I want to bring it also to the Palestinian Authority. Can you help me translate, bring it in, work, something? Just work your magic, is that whatever. I'm not sure what he's talking about. And then we start playing his songs. If I Had a Hammer, Blowing in the Wind. Now he gives me this long list of Peter, Paul, and Mary songs that I'm supposed to sing in Hebrew. I've never sung them. I've heard my mother sing them. I've heard Pete Seeger sing them. I've heard Peter, Paul, and Mary sing them. But so then we start working. And on that day, I think Mary passed away as we were recording. It was her last hours. And I was suddenly left alone in the studio. Peter is gone. And I'm with his musicians, amazing musicians. And for me, this was the beginning of the road that we're still on together. Wherever Peter is and wherever I can assist and be, whether it's in Israel, whether it's anywhere in the States, in New York, I see this man as the beacon of the purpose of what music can do beyond just singing songs, beyond entertaining, carrying a message, making people feel happy in a hard time, in a difficult moment, in an impossible situation. And there have been others before him like Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger, who I got to meet thanks to Peter. And I want to thank you for your amazing, amazing work and inspiring mission that you've passed to all of us. And I'm here training right behind you. So, thank you. And I kind of know this work that Peter has taken upon himself. It's a mission, it's not work. Kind of came upon me in the very start of my career. The first song I ever wrote with my good friend Jonathan Geffen, the poet, in November of 1978. I like to say I got stuck with the song from that night on, but I know that I'll be singing it forever. There's always a reason to look forward to something and hope for things to get better. So this is יהיה טוב. אני מביט מהחלון וזה עושה לי די עצוב. האביב חלף עבר לו, מי יודע אם ישוב. הליצן היה למלך, הנביא נהיה ליצן, ושכחתי את הדרך, אבל אני עוד כאן, ויהיה טוב, יהיה טוב, כן. לפעמים אני נשבע, אז הלילה, איתך אני נשאר. ילדים לובשים כנפיים ועפים אל הצבא, ואחרי שנתיים הם חוזרים ללא תשובה. אנשים חיים במתח, מחפשים סיבה לנשום, ובין שנאה לרצח מדברים על השלום. ויהיה טוב, יהיה טוב, כן. לפעמים אני נשבע, אז הלילה, שם למעלה בשמיים עננים לומדים לעוף, ואני מביט למעלה ורואה מטוס חטוף. ממשלה של גנרלים מחלקת את הנוף לשלהם ולשלנו, ולא רואים את הסוף. מצרים, איך שמחנו לקראתו, פירמידות בעיניים ושלום במקטרתו, ואמרנו היי בוא נשלימה ונחיה כמו אחי. ואז הוא אמר קדימה, רק תצאו מהשטחים, ויהיה טוב, יהיה טוב, לפעמים אני נשבע, אז הלילה, הלילה, איתך אני נשאר. Well, Peter, as you can imagine, in folk songs, you know, you can alter them and change them as times go, and this song has got about 38 years worth of additions. So we could be here doing this for the next day or two.
I'm with you.
Okay, so I've selected just one verse that I'd like to conclude. And this one says, let's see, understand what I'm getting all excited about when I sing it. It says that we shall learn to live together under the olive trees. And the children will grow up knowing no more wars, no terror, and no frontiers. And the fresh new grass will grow over the graveyards for love and peace. For after 100 years of war, we haven't and will not lose hope. עוד נלמד לחיות ביחד בין חורשות עצי זיתים. ילדים יחיו בלי פחד, בלי גבולות, בלי מקלטים. על קברים יפרח העשב לשלום ואהבה. 100 שנים של חרב עוד לא עבדה התקווה, ואם יהיה טוב, כן, לפעמים אני נשבע, אז הלילה תודה רבה. Thank you so much. Julie and Dan, thank you.
Can you save another song? Sure. Okay. So, as I was
You notice
honored
we're
by-
kissing a lot,
Right.
right?
Yes. You know, that's there is in the movements, when you're working towards something you believe in. For instance, people sometimes wonder when they're clapping, we clap back at them, because we didn't create this moment. Peter, Paul, and Mary didn't. David and I are not. This is something that has come to us from a lot of history, and we stand on the shoulders of those people who gave us the heart, the concept, and the kind of sensitivity that now drives us. Well, I want to acknowledge David for one thing. You know, I recognized him as a fellow folk singer of all sorts, activist. And I asked him to sing the Hebrew versions of the songs. There are 6 songs that are our basic songs, although there are over 50 of them, and this is a free curriculum. It's not a panacea, it's not a cure-all. All of these strategies are needed, and more, to accomplish the task. But where it works, and works well, is where the music is allowed to be shared in a particular kind of way and move people. Now, this song is apropos of the whole world. We are facing a world now in which there's grave danger, And we go back to a song that should have become, at the beginning of Peter, Paul, and Mary's career, we thought it would become an anachronism. Where Have All the Flowers Gone has become an iconic song because without naming it, through the poetry of it, you sense the futility of armed conflict and war. But when you hear David singing the Hebrew, as he shall, in this rendition, you'll sense the universality of Pete Seeger's extraordinary song. And we can sing it together, and together we can affirm once more that this is the task of making peace. And by making peace, I don't mean just an end to hostilities. This is a room of peace. This is a pool of peace. This is not a representation of it. It's a manifestation of it. It's real. And I believe that when we have these rooms of peace, these pools of peace, they have their life in which their vibration and their energy goes out and reaches people and other pools of peace. And I believe that that is as important as having a nation-to-nation end of hostilities, because we must have the peace in our hearts for it to sustain. And we must teach peace, which means acceptance, love, caring, respect to our children. So when we're talking about nurturing this in children, this thing that you were talking about, Dan, we're talking also about growing up children with the fundamental sensibilities that can allow them to take us from a troubled world to a brighter world through their leadership as they grow up. And we sing this song in these two languages with this extraordinary talent. I tell you, I don't have as much fun singing with anybody at this time as that compares with my singing with Paul and Mary. I don't know, he's an Israeli, but okay, now bring up the guitar a lot, okay? Really, really do it. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago, long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls have picked them. איפה הנערות כולן שאהבנו? איפה הנערות כולן? אנה הלכו? איפה הנערות כולן? הגברים לקחו אותה. מתי הם ילמדו? מתי הם ילמדו? Where have all the young men gone? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time
איפה הגברים כולם?
Long time.
הכרנו.
Oh,
איפה הגברים כולם? אנה הלכו? איפה הגברים כולם? הצבא לקח אותם. מתי הם ילמדו? מתי הם ילמדו?
just hum along this verse. Where have all the graveyards gone? Where have all the graveyards gone?
הגברים כולם
Long time ago.
אנה הלכו?
Where have all the graveyards gone?
איפה הגברים כולם?
They've gone to flowers.
הפרחים כיסו
Gone to
אותם.
flowers, everyone.
When will they
When
ever
will they ever learn?
מתי הם
When will they
ילמדו?
ever? Where have all the flowers gone in English and Hebrew?
איפה
Where have
הפרחים
all the
כולם?
flowers gone?
שאהבנו?
Where have all the flowers
איפה
gone?
הפרחים כולם?
Long time ago.
אנה הלכו?
Where have all the flowers
איפה
gone?
הפרחים כולם?
Young girls have picked them,
הנערות לקחו אותם.
everyone.
מתי הם ילמדו? מתי הם ילמדו?
A cappella now, just without instruments. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls have picked them, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
Thank you so much. Thank you to Peter Yarrow. Thank you to Dan and Julie for opening the house. I must leave. I have a show in Jerusalem.
David did the impossible tonight because he has a show in Jerusalem. He went there to do a sound check earlier today, came here, and now he's going back to do the show. I mean, I've got a lot of energy, but I would never do that in my life. Can we please have an acknowledgement of appreciation? Thank you, my brother. I want to take a break. There's going to be, can you bring my volume up on my voice a wee bit? Thank you. And you can get rid of the sound on the other mics. I have to sing a special song before you get so tired that you just really feel there's no point. Because there's a reason that this song is meaningful. Because this is not really a song about a magic dragon. It has another meaning. And that meaning is not drugs. which was a very stupid and very unpleasant rumor. Why is that the case? Why do I know that? Because I wrote the song with my friend, Lenny Lipton. And I also know what it is about. When you are just little kids like this, and you are happily and luckily surrounded by love, there is a beauty and a sweetness that you have that is so meaningful and so beautiful for everybody to see, but particularly adults and particularly your parents. But you do grow up, and when you grow up, you cannot continue to live in that world of love and perfection of that sort, because the world is a faulted place. You have to do your part to try to heal what is wrong. If you're Jewish, and some of you might be, it's called tikkun olam, which means that it's not up to us alone to heal the world, but we must do our parts. So when you get to be an adult, what happens to your dragon? Your dragon turns into a courageous heart. You don't believe in dragons in the same way anymore, but what you do believe in is that you matter and that you can make a difference. And if you do believe in that and you act on it, then your dragon is in terrific shape and very happy. So tonight, we're dedicating Puff the Magic Dragon to the two of you, with the hope that you, as you grow up, will follow in the footsteps and the heart's footsteps of your parents, and know that your task in life is also going to be helping to find answers to these age-old questions that must be, once again, pursued in every generation. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Annalee. And little Jackie Paper, he loved that rascal Puff, and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy. Everybody singing now. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Annalee. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Annalee. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sails. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out. Is everybody singing now? Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Annalee. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by up here. Come up on this stage. I know you to come up. Okay, come on up. Okay, wait a second. Puff
The magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Hanali.
Yes! Do you want to know something? I wrote this song over 50 years ago with my friend. How come you're singing it?
Because it's a nice song.
Can I have a hug? Okay, you can sit down. You see, this is a great You want to come up and sing too? No? Okay. It's a great compliment to me because sometimes people say, oh, this is Peter Yarrow of Peter, Paul, Mary, and the answer could be, wow! But the answer could also be, so. And then they say, Puff the Magic Dragon? Puff the Magic Dragon? Yeah, he wrote it. Whew. Saved from obscurity by a magic dragon. Okay, I've got a little bit of information for you that's important for the rest of the song. Look, it's a sad song, but I've changed the ending. Do you know why? Why? Because I could. And because I got tired of the sad ending. If you look at the Puff the Magic Dragon book, do you have the book? Okay, in the last pages you'll see Puff pops up and he sees a little girl. And you can hear him in his heart saying, what's a little girl doing in my song? And then you look over on the other side of the page and you see Jackie Paper all grown up. And that's his daughter. And his daughter is now playing with Puff the Magic Dragon. So, here's the good news. Number 1, little girls can go to Hanalei. Number 2, Puff is no longer lonely. And number 3, as I said, Puff is not about nasty stuff. All right, here we go. So you don't have to get sad. This is the sad part, but remember, it's got a happy ending now. A dragon lives forever, but not so little girls and boys. Painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more. And Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane without his lifelong friend. Puff could not be brave, so Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave softly. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called on a little louder now. Puff the magic lives by the sea, lives by this. It frolics and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Annalee. Now, I don't know what's planned next. Do we do more singing, or do we do some talking and celebrating and then more singing?
We have another brief remarks and then students.
Okay, okay, okay.
This is the hardest act I've ever had to follow. Another. Thank you, Peter. In his absence, thank you, David. This is an incredibly special night. It's not over. I want to take a moment now to introduce you to Dr. Daniela Friedman. She is the head of the Civics and Shared Life Department at the Ministry of Education. The ministry truly understands the value of these programs that teach tolerance, that teach respect, that teach acceptance, and which we are celebrating tonight. And the ministry has been a crucial partner of the embassy and of all these organizations represented here in their implementation. So, Dr. Daniela Friedman, I want to welcome you to give us a few words tonight. Thank you.
Ambassador, Mr. Peter Yarrow, colleagues and distinguished guests. Thank you for your invitation to share information about civic education and shared life activities in Israeli education system. With your permission, I will switch to Hebrew. If not, it will take a long time to speak. בדבריי אתייחס לפעילויות שמשרד החינוך מקדם בנוגע לחינוך האזרחי והחיים המשותפים. בראשית דבריי אציין את המורכבות של קידום חינוך אזרחי במדינת ישראל. מורכבות הנובעת מהעובדה שאנו חיים בחברה הטרוגנית מרובת שסעים. יש לנו 4 סוגים של בתי ספר במדינת ישראל. בתי ספר ממלכתיים, דתיים, חרדים וערביים. הם בדרך כלל לא מתערבבים אלו באלו, אם כי אני מקווה שבעתיד אנחנו כן נראה יותר בתי ספר מעורבים. אין ספק שהעובדה הזאת מציבה בפנינו אתגר משמעותי באשר להטמעתן של תוכניות שמקדמות אזרחות משותפת, כל שכן בחברה פוסט-מודרנית שחושפת אותנו גם לעולם הגלובלי. אני אתייחס בהמשך קצת לשיתופי הפעולה הרבים שיש לנו, אם כי השגריר ציין חלק ניכר מהן, אבל בחרתי להרחיב דווקא בתוכנית מיוחדת שהוטמעה השנה ופורסמה השנה במשרד החינוך, תוכנית ארצית שנקראת מסובלנות למניעת גזענות והתמודדות וחיים משותפים. התוכנית הזאת משלבת פעילות של גופים חוץ משרדיים ותוך משרדיים, משרדי ממשלה ועמותות. התוכנית מיועדת לחזק את המודעות לתופעות גזעניות, לעודד ולגנות אותם, לחזק ערכים הומניסטיים כגון סובלנות, כבוד האדם, אמפתיה ועוד, ולקדם שיח בין מחנכים, תלמידים מקבוצות שונות בחברה הישראלית. שיח מכבד, המכיר בזהותה של כל אחת מהקבוצות או הצדדים ושומר עליה, בצד קידום של זהות ישראלית משותפת. על מנת שנוכל לקדם מטרות אלו, גובשה תוכנית רב גילאית ספירלית המשתלבת בתהליכי הלמידה הקיימים. התוכנית משלבת את כלל קהלי היעד, בקהלי יעד הכוונה למפקחים, מנהלים, מורים, תלמידים וגם הורים. היא מתייחסת לתהליכים ארוכי טווח, מציעה כלים להתמודדות עם הקושי בקבלת האחר, בדגש על התמודדות עם התנהגויות גזעניות והתנהגויות אלימות. בתוכנית הוכנו ערוצי אורך וערוצי רוחב. בערוצי אורך הכוונה לימי הלוח האזרחיים שהקרוב ביניהם יחול ביום שבת הקרוב, יום המאבק הבינלאומי בגזענות. אני חושבת שזה פשוט נפלא לקדם ערב שעוסק בסובלנות וכבוד בדיוק יומיים לפני יום המאבק הבינלאומי בגזענות. הפעם בתוך תוכניות הלימודים בתי הספר יציינו לפחות 2 ימי לוח כאלה, יום זכויות האדם, יום המאבק הבינלאומי בגזענות, יום הסובלנות ועוד. בנוסף הוגדרו צירי רוחב. בתוך כל תוכניות הלימודים מהגן ועד כיתה י"ב בעצם ייכתבו מערכי שיעור שעוסקים בנושא של התמודדות עם גזענות, קידום של ערכים של סובלנות, כבוד הדדי ומניעת גזענות. בצד כל התוכניות האלה יוטמעו תכנים נוספים בתוכניות קיימות שכבר נכתבו ועובדות במשרד החינוך. אחת מהן הוזכרה, התוכנית של אל תלעגו לי שהוזכרה קודם לכן, היא אחת התוכניות. כלומר התוכנית להתמודדות עם גזענות מיועדת או למעשה לא באה לבנות שיעור בתוך מהלך השיעורים הרציף בבית הספר שבו ילדים ידברו למה אסור לדבר בחוסר כבוד זה לזה, למה לא לפעול באלימות, אלא לאורך כל הלימודים שלהם מיסודי או מהגן ועד העל יסודי הם יחשפו לתכנים האלה, אבל לא רק לתוכן, לא רק לידע, אלא במקביל לפעילויות של הפגשה בין קבוצות בחברה הישראלית. השנה התחלנו במספר גדול של מיזמים שמצטברים ומוסיפים לאותן עמותות וגופים שכבר עבדו במערכת החינוך, ואני אציין רק כמה מהם. אני אזכיר את רשת אורט שבנתה את התוכנית קשרים לשלום, תוכנית שמשלבת ובעצם עובדת עם המחנכים, המחנכים עובדים עם התלמידים בכיתות. עמותת אפשר אחרת שמפעילה תוכניות של הפגשה בין בתי הספר בעל יסודי, כולל פעילויות של תיאטרון ומשחק, מרחבים שמשלבת אומנויות בתוך התהליך. שימו לב כמה הרבה דיברתם קודם פיטר על המוזיקה כמקשרת ומחברת, ואנחנו בעצם רואים שהאומנויות הם אחד הערוצים המרכזיים שיכולים לגשר וליצור שפה משותפת בין קבוצות, ובקבוצות הכוונה היא לא רק ליהודים ערבים, אנחנו מדברים גם על דתיים וחילוניים, אנחנו מדברים על קבוצות בתוך החברה, אבל כל הקבוצות, כל התהליכים האלה כמובן חשובים. ומוזיאון אין דור שכרמלה ארנון גם נמצאת כאן היום איתנו, ושוב הפעילות שלהם היא פעילות שעוסקת בנושא של חיבור וקשר בין תלמידים באמצעות אומנויות. אחד הדברים הנוספים החשובים שאנחנו רואים לנגד עינינו זה את העובדה שאם אנחנו רוצים שהתלמידים של המחר, הדור שלנו לעתיד, אכן יהיה מחויב לכבוד, לשמירה על זכויות, אז הוא לא רק צריך להיחשף באופן חד פעמי לכל מיני פעילויות של הפגשה בין קבוצות, אלא הפעילויות האלה בתוך התוכנית הזאת יהיו פעילויות שיתבצעו כל שנה מחדש. הילדים כל הזמן ייחשפו, יכירו ויפגשו עם קבוצות בתוך החברה, ומי שיוביל בין היתר את התהליכים הללו יהיו המחנכים, כי מחנכים שהם לא מחויבים, מחנכים שלא מסוגלים להוביל כאלה תהליכים, לא יכולים להמשיך לעשות עם התלמידים שלהם עבודה בהמשך. אז אני רוצה להודות על ההזמנה ועל ההזדמנות לפגוש אתכם ולספר קצת על מה שנעשה במשרד החינוך, ואני מקווה שנוכל רק להמשיך ולקדם ביחד.
תודה רבה דוקטור פרידמן. אנחנו מאוד מתכבדים מנוכחותך ומשותפות משרד החינוך איתנו לקדם את הערכים המשותפים האלו, ערכים משותפים בין שתי מדינות שלנו, ולתת כלים להורים ומורים ומחנכים ולתלמידים וילדים לקדם את הערכים של הבנת האחר, קבלת האחר, כבוד וסובלנות לכולם. אז תודה רבה. More music. We have another special treat. We're now going to be joined once again by the great Peter Yarrow with members of the Voices of Peace Choir. Please welcome Einat Ehrlich, Maria Krasnogin, and Nauras Khatab.
And Idan, is Idan here? Idan, okay, we need a chair for Idan. There is a chair here. Okay, let's see if it is. No, this is the chair for Idan. No, that's not the chair. What's it? It's okay. Yeah. Okay, and this is... No, this is not for them. This is for them. No, this is for Idan's instrument. No, he's going to use the DI. Peter, we all set. Now, if you listen to the Don't Laugh at Me songs and basic songs, you're not just going to hear me singing it in English and David Rosa singing it in Hebrew and Amal Merkis singing it in Arabic. You're going to hear young voices singing as well. And those voices are here on stage with me. And this is a group of teenage girls who, you could take the, yes, thank you. Teenage girls from the Jaffa Center, Arab Jewish Center, that doesn't, again, this is not just symbolic of creating tolerance. It's not just talking about it. It's not just philosophizing. It actually creates it, because when these girls sing together in multiple languages, I think we need to bring this closer. Can you hold this for a second, Nati? Mati? Thank you.
גדול. הוא מסדר לך את המיקרופון. קח. איפה עוד אחד?
Really come closer. No, come, you two look at each other, okay? And come in close, that's right. Come in closer, sweetheart. Come in closer, that's right. So then you'll be heard. And sing towards the microphone. So when I heard these girls sing, thank you, Julie. When I heard these girls, sometimes they have some guys joining them too, but principally they are young voices. What happens is psychologically, people listen to it and they're saying, you know something? This is tomorrow's music too. Because when you hear their voices doing this music, you realize that they are living in that dream space of saying, we are united. Okay, we're waiting to find a... Mati, are you all set?
No, we're not.
Okay. Okay. So the Voices of Peace, I've sung with, when we opened in the first 4 schools, we went with David, Amal Merkis, and some Voices of Peace. We went to the school and we sang for the school, and everybody was prepared. And the administration and the teachers were there, and there was great excitement. And what it did was the music sparked an incredible energy and a spirit in the school. And that is the gift of this music. And this is clearly intergenerational. 1, 2, 3. But you have to get very close to that, like I said, or you won't all be heard. Okay, there we go. This is the song that I love singing with them because it's Bob Dylan's song that brought him to the American public. It asks 9 questions, and as it asks them, it says, the answer, my friend, is in all of us, in our hearts. The answer is within our grasp. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. And when we get to that part, please sing it. And bring up the guitar really loud, please, all right? Thank you. Bring it up. Okay. A little bit less. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... Oh, wait. This is the Don Toledano. And he created and coaches and teaches and nurtures the voices of peace. So his heart is in every note that we're playing. 2, 3, and... I'll sing the first line. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? Somebody sing it in another language. How many seas must a white dove sail? Okay, stop. What we're going to do is I'll sing one line, and then you decide amongst the 3 of you who's going to sing the next line, and I'll look at you. And when I'm going to do the next line, I'll make that clear. And then somebody steps up to the mic and sings it in English, Hebrew, or Arabic. We'll try it again. Who's going to sing the second line? Who knows it? Okay. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? Hang on. Bring this microphone up. Okay, try it again. Try it again. No, louder. Hang on, let me get in back of it. Here, excuse me. Listen, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good enough. Take off. Put a high pass at about 150 cycles, okay? On that mic, okay. And bring it up so that she's loud enough, okay? Thank you. All right, starting again. Wipe that away from your memory. We have to honor this song. It's a sacred song. Here we go. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man?
וכמה נמשיך לחכות לשלום עם זית ושתי חרבות?
Together, how many times? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever back? The answer, my friend, together. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. No, you just sing it to us. Answer, no, the answer, my friend. The answer.
The answer
Again. The answer. Now we sing it together. The answer, my friend. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. I'm singing the first line. How many years can a mountain exist, a mountain of prejudice, before it is washed to the sea, a mountain of hate? How many years can some people exist?
כמה שנים נצטרך עוד למות לפני שנלמד איך לחיות. كم من مرات لازم نطلع لفوق عشان نعرف كيف لازم نعيش.
Together. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Okay, now this time, can you sing it in Arabic?
That was Arabic.
Can you sing it in Arabic? No, the chorus in Arabic?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear the chorus in Arabic. The blowing in the wind, and very softly singing it. No, I said very softly. Here we go. And now sing it in Hebrew. Now sing it in English very softly.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Okay, we're going to sing softly from now on. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Softly.
لازم نطلع لفوق
Softly.
عشان نشوف السماء. كمنا لازم يكون حتى نعرف إنه في ناس ماتت في الحروب.
The answer.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in
Beautiful.
the wind.
Now even softer in Arabic.
عندي جواب
Even softer.
وكل الأمان راحوا مع الأوان.
Now in Hebrew.
אין לי תשובות לכל התקוות, הלכו להם לכל הרוחות.
Now in English together without instruments. The you, sweetie. Idan, do you want to do something just for Idan? I've just asked them to do something for us so I can sit with you and I can be part of the audience.
I'll sing the Arabic. كالبحر السلام يا حبيبة نفس تهمي رحيبة
كالبحر السلام يا حبيبة نفس تهمي رحيبة
في زمان المد يعلو بين الأيام العصيبة
بين داي وعواصف أشتري كلتا العواطف يا حبيبة زماني سلام زماني سلام زماني سلام إن شاء الله زماني سلام زماني سلام زماني سلام إن شاء الله ויש זמן, אני יודע, מרחוק מתגעגע,
بعيد مشتاق
כמו כוכב בודד בגשם, שם למעלה ברקיע.
في السماء
בגופי גאות ושפל, בליבי שלווה רוכשת. בין ברקים תופיע קשת, ונדע שזה הזמן. זמני סלام זמני סלام זמני סלام אינשאללה זמני סלام זמני סלام זמני סלام אינשאללה זמני סלام זמן שלום זמני סלام time for peace זמני סלام זמני סלام אינשאללה אינשאללה זמני שלום זמני סלام peace זמני זמני סלام זמני סלام for peace זמני סלام.
Let's do an experiment. May this half will sing Zaman Salam, and this half will sing Time for Peace and Zman Shalom. Okay, I'll tell you when. So, Zaman Salam, only you. Zaman Salam, Zaman Salam, inshallah, inshallah. Zaman salam, zaman salam, zaman salam, inshallah. Okay, keep on going. Zaman shalom, time for peace. Inshallah, inshallah. Zaman shalom, time for peace. Another time, inshallah. Zaman Zaman inshallah.
This is a Negro spiritual that's one of the basic songs of the Don't Laugh at Me program. But long before that, it was a song that was brought over by African slaves. And when that music combined with English music and music from the British Isles, it produced pop music, folk music, jazz, country. And that was magic. Just like the combination of backgrounds, when they accept each other, they merge into a beautiful new form. This song is still sung, and it was sung in the civil rights movement. And when I went to Ukraine, when we brought the Don't Laugh at Me program to Ukraine, there was a performance there in one of the schools that accepted children with disabilities and children that were orphans. Not many of them do, which is something, of course, we must change. Can you raise my volume on my voice just a little bit? Can you raise my volume on my voice just a little bit? So thank you. So split the div. There you go. So when I got to that school, these kids were singing Don't Laugh at Me in Ukrainian. And the Peace Corps had adopted this program, and the Peace Corps representatives, the volunteers, had gone out to teach with their Ukrainian counterparts. So they had come, some of them for 10 hours. In Ukraine, that's not a big deal, you know, because it's a huge, huge place. And they got on stage, and they sang it for me, and I was so, so moved, in Ukrainian. And then I went to sing this song, and it's called This Little Light of Mine. And I said to the kids on the stage, I said, each of you has a light inside of yourself. That light is something that is your hope or your dream or something special about you. Maybe you are musical, maybe you love horses, maybe you are gentle, maybe you are strong and courageous. What do you have in your life that makes you special, that you would like people to know about with your light shining? And I went up to the first young woman, about a girl your age, and I asked her that. And she started to answer, and she burst into tears. And she said, I just wish the people would see me at all. They don't see me at all. So I told one of the girls next to her, put your hand on her shoulder and say, I am with you. I want to know about you. I want to know your light. And then another one of the students, until all the students, about 30 of them, all in a chain, and a bright beauty shone on her face. All of a sudden, this simple act of being touched in the current of togetherness let that light shine in her. With that memory in mind, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, let it. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. In my sister's soul now, I'm gonna let it shine. In my sister's soul, I'm gonna let it shine. In my sister's soul, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. In my brother's heart, in my brother, I'm gonna let it shine. In my brother's heart, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. In my brother's heart, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it. Stop for a second. Stop for a second. Tell me, what is your light inside, or one of your things is your light inside that you want people to see? Tell them your name.
My name is Maria.
And what is that light inside? What is that thing inside that you want people to know about?
That I love to sing.
Yes. Beautiful. You can't answer the same way. What is it inside yourself that you would like people to see?
My name is Nauras, and I think that people should see in me that I believe that there should be a change, and there could be a change.
And what is your name, and what is that thing inside yourself that you would like people to see?
My name is Einat, and my light of my life is my sister, my little sister. She makes me happy.
Young man, what is your name, and what is the light inside of you?
My name is Idan. I'm 13 years old. And Peter is my light, but also my music and my music as I use her as a tool to bridge between cultures. This is my inspiration, my hope, language of music.
And my official name is Puff's daddy. But Puff's a real daddy. And I am also in the 3rd grade. At least part of me. And my light inside of me is that I believe in the capacity of people to overcome adversity and to create a kind of world in which there is love. And I try with all my might to say that when I speak and when I sing. And I believe that believing in this makes the telephone ring. Believing in this makes it possible. So. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light, I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Take a bow. Take a bow. Okay. You guys stay on stage. Just be down in here. All right, I'm going to ask the voices of peace. Now, that's right. We have thanked them and we've sung with them. Eddie Don, come closer to me. We're going to do one last song together. This last song is being sung in honor of Israel. The first time that Peter, Paul, and Mary ever sang it together on stage was at Sultan's Pool. It was a grand occasion, and it was our first trip to Israel. It was a song that Paul and Mary asked me to write for Hanukkah. We were doing a Christmas concert at Carnegie Hall, and it fell on the 3rd night of Hanukkah, and they said, you being the Jewish member of the group, it's your job to write a Hanukkah song. I wasn't sure if I could do that because I didn't know if I had the credential. See, my mother, who had been born at the turn of the century, had grown up like many progressive people at that time, feeling that sometimes the observance of religion could cause problems between people. It was an odd notion. But Jewish I was. And as I grew older, I came to realize that I didn't have the knowledge of Jewishness in terms of observance, but I had the spirit and the soul of it. But I said to Mary and Paul, I don't know if it would be resented because I'm not a scholar and I'm writing about Hanukkah. That isn't, I don't know if that's appropriate. But I also know that Judaism is a very, they said, Peter, go talk to your rabbi. So I called up Alex Schindler, and I got together with him and I said, Alex, I've got a problem. I've been given a task and I don't know if it will be accepted, and I don't even know if I can achieve it, but I don't even want to try it until I know that you think that it's appropriate that I should attempt this task. Because since I have not been, I wasn't even bar mitzvahed, but I am Jewish, is Judaism elastic enough to allow people to accept the fact that even though I don't really know what I'm talking about on a certain level, nevertheless, I do have the heart and the spirit to write this song. Now, I know that in Israel, a large portion of the Israelis are secular Jews. But I also know that it's one thing to practice your religion the way you feel you should, and it's another thing to proclaim that you know about the holidays in some kind of way, and particularly because of the history of Peter, Paul, and Mary. Supposedly people believe us when we sing because we've done the research. But in this case, Alex, I haven't even, he said, stop it. He said, you're so Jewish, it's ridiculous. Stop this fiddler on the roof conversation with yourself. Go and write your song. So I wrote it. And it turned out to be prophetic. Because one of the wishes and the candles that are lit is, it says, light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. What I meant by that is that we as Jews would not fragment, that we would hold something in common that transcended our differences. And I know that part of the struggle today in Israel, and because I'm Jewish, I'm part of that struggle, is to bind people's hearts together in the spirit of peace. So now you know what one of those candles is about, and now we're going to sing Light One Candle. Oh, we get the oud. Light one candle for the Maccabee children, with thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the strength, pain they endured when the right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. But light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out, lasted for so many. Don't let the light go out, don't let the light, let it shine through our love and a little louder. And don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many. I hear you now. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in, let anger not tear us apart. But light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our hearts. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and let me hear you. Don't let the light, don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many. Let me hear you now. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. And what is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep it alive in that flame? Well, what's the commitment to those who have died when we cry out they've not died in vain? We have come this far always believing justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden, this is the promise, this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and I will be like this. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and I. One more time. Bye 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 bye. Yeah bye 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 bye. Yeah. Bye 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 bye. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out.